Welcome to Net Front Presence. I'm Jeff Gordon, the Post-Dispatch, joined by our beat reporter for the St. Louis Blues, Matthew DeFranks. And listen, folks, it's the beginning of the Jimmy Snuggerud era. What do you think, Matthew?
Well, I mean, since we last recorded, you asked the question, are the Blues gonna ever lose again? And the answer's been no. The answer's
No.
been no, Gordo. So I think it's a good environment, as we talked about, for Jimmy Snuggerud to come into. And they're not asking the world of him. They're putting him in on the third line with Oscar Sundqvist and Zach Bolduc, giving him some power play time in a position where he's not all that familiar with. He's going to be in the bumper instead of being in the left circle where he typically is to unleash a right-handed one-timer. So they're kind of easing him in, seeing how it goes, and um, yeah, I mean it's an exciting time to be following the team just because A, how they're playing, and B, what their reinforcements are looking like. When you have Dvorsky already up here, you have Snuggerud up here, you have Holloway and Broberg playing the way that they are, Thomas, Kyrou, Bennington. It's a good spot for the Blues to bring up Snuggerud and have some good vibes going.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the young guys before we kind of get back into the playoff chase, which is still a very exciting thing for the franchise that going back to January didn't really seem like it was going to happen earlier in that month. But boy, you do like the future with you can easily see Snuggerud playing next across from Bolduc and maybe plugging Dvorsky into that 3C spot next year. Right now, Sundqvist is doing a good job of holding that position down, but it would seem like puck possessor, protector like Dvorsky with a shooter like Snuggerud with a banger slash shooter like Bolduc would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think the handedness would line up. You got a left wing and Bolduc, a right wing and Snuggerud, and center and Dvorsky. If that kind of can mix in with the rest of the team's profile with the veterans and the mid-20s guys that they have, and you put a line together of a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 21-year-old, I guess Bolduc would be. It would be a young line, and you'd have to probably protect them, but it would be an exciting one to think about and wonder what could they become or whatnot. And I think as we go through the final 7 games for the Blues, I think there's a chance where you might start to see. I don't know if maintenance or load management is the right word, but when they had their back-to-back the other day, that's when they sat Letty, they sat Sundqvist for maintenance reasons. And if you're gearing up for the playoffs, if you have an idea that you're going to be in, I realize it may not even be clinched until the last game or two of the season. But if you're gearing up for the playoffs and you have these older guys that have been nursing stuff throughout the entire season, you get those younger guys in, get those young leads in, give the older guys a break, get them ready for the playoffs, and maybe we even see that sort of Bolduc, Snuggerud, and Dvorsky all together even this year. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.